said before, I do think that Deathblade's slightly favored. It's maybe negated by the fact that Jarrett automatically wins the die roll.
Yep.
There are some innovations in Alex's deck which I think have helped him make it to the top 8. He's running 4 True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
That is a huge number of them. In most matchups, I think that's really helped him. For example, he played Death and Taxes in the top 4. 4
Okay.
True Name Nemesis is great, but when you go against the Sneak and Show deck, suddenly I think that card's a lot less impressive.
Sure, sure. I mean, Alex does have a pretty nice sideboard here. He has Meddling Mage, he has Surgical Extraction, he has extra Spell Pierces, Thoughtseize, Flusterstorm.
Vendilion Click.
Yeah, 2 extra Vendilion Clicks. So,
Yeah, post-board, this is going to be a difficult game for Jarrett. But when he's at game 1, I think Alex is a little low on combo hate, and Alex is on the draw. So I think if Jarrett's going to, for part of his plan of going to victory here is going to be to get game 1.
yeah. I actually want to call Alex Alec the way it is up there, but because there's actually an Alec Nezin. I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alec Nezin recently got second place in the Grand Prix that Brock Parker won out in Pittsburgh. All right, but there's corrected. It's Alex against Jared right here. So if you think that the Sneak and Show matchup is not the best, not the worst,
Right.
what matchup do you think Jared would want to play against out of the top 8?
Of
Certainly,
any-
certainly
sure,
not
any of the
not
decks
Death
in
and
the top
Taxes.
8.
Death and Taxes is a pretty bad matchup for Sneak and Show.
Death and Taxes is definitely a difficult matchup.
He can't be too unhappy with this matchup.
No, given the top 8, this is a fine matchup for him,
Exactly.
actually.
Yeah. All right. So Jared's going to be on the play. Let's see their opening hands.
Remember, this is the second time within 8 days that Jarrett has been playing for a trophy. Last time he fell just short, looking for a chance to redeem himself here.
This looks like a very, very good draw. Lands, card draw, sneak attack. Pretty good.
That's got most of his game plan there.
Okay, you can't really see Alex's hand, but he decides
Lands.
to mulligan.
Snap lands, Jumazawa's Jite, Swords to Plowshares, Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, that's probably something you can't keep.
Pretty much any hand with a Source of Plowshare in this matchup is pretty much a mulligan.
Yeah, I think Jite also falls in the
Yeah.
category of, probably a mulligan.
What is Alex really hoping for, though? A Thoughtseize?
Thoughtseize.
A Thoughtseize, a Force of Will, and
Maybe a Stoneforge.
Stoneforge, Death
Yeah.
Ray Shaman, something.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that you pretty much hit the nail on the head there. He's going to need some disruption. Game 1, he has very little of it. He really just has Force of Wills and Thoughtseizes.
That's pretty much it.
He is not playing any Spell Pierces in his main deck
Yeah.
either. So this game 1 is pretty rough for him. He's skewed himself to beat the fair decks.
Now, the one thing that's a bit different from Alex's deck than compared to Robert's deck from the top 4, Jared has to be careful to play around Wasteland, because Alex actually has 3 copies of Wasteland, which Robert had 0 copies of Wasteland. So that could definitely be one of the big differences. Am I right with this? The Wasteland factor?
So
Because Alex has 3,
yeah,
Robert
Alex has
had
3
none.
ways. Robert had no Wastelands.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. Lots of times you don't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
it's just
Jared
something-
doesn't need that many lands to function. It's almost like if Alex can Wasteland Jared, I don't know that he always even does it.
It's something that Jared should definitely consider, and I think he will.
He can't keep these really land light hands.
All right.
So we see a Scalding Tarn from Jared start off the game, a Creeping Tar Pit from Alex Bertoncini, and another land drawn by Jared. He does have the sneak attack. He looks like he does have a Force of Will. He's one piece away from just having the combo.
Exactly. So he's going to crack that Scalding Tarn.
Yep, I believe he has a Brainstorm in hand, so he's going to get to Brainstorm with an uncracked fetch.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a Brainstorm or a Ponder. Regardless, he fetches up an island.
Both of those, to be fair, are things you really want to do with an uncracked fetch land.
Yeah, of course. So Jared will do a little shuffling here. Remember, Alex did mulligan, so Alex has that Creeping Tar Pit in play and 6 mystery cards in hand because he was on the draw. And it is a Brainstorm. You are
a Spell
correct.
Pierce, a Intuition. It looks like not actually a Force of Will.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Let's see what Jared gets. Another Brainstorm, Grizzlebrand, Emrakul. Wow, that's pretty good.
Those are the combo pieces, indeed. He has the uncracked fetch, but I'm not sure he needs to crack it.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like he might put back a Volcanic Island and maybe the Grizzlebrand.
Mm-hmm.
Seems reasonable here.
Now, the danger is if Alex Thought seizes the Emrakul, it will have to shuffle.
Exactly. All right, so Jared will pass the turn. Alex draws for the turn, tapping his mana. Is it a Deathray Shaman? Is it a Thoughtseize?
I think it's... All right, taps it for Brainstorm. He has
okay,
that.
It's neither. So Alex will draw 3 from the Brainstorm. Not sure exact. I do see a Source of Plowshare. That's probably going back. Not sure what else. Now remember, Alex was the 4th seed. He is playing Esper Deathblade with 4 copies of True Name Nemesis, 4 copies of Deathrite Shaman, 4 copies of Stoneforge Mystic.
Go
All right.
ahead and crack the fetch line to get rid of those cards. He did. It
Keep
looks like
the
he kept the swords to
swords.
plowshares in his hand.
Why is he really keeping the swords? What do you think? What's like the goal? I mean, it doesn't really do much
He
against
must have that
Grizzlebrand.
many more blanks.
You think so?
I don't have a good reason of why you'd keep the swords.
I mean, you could Swords of Grizzlebrand. It's not what you want to do, though.
And that swords and Gristlebrand is something that doesn't work very often.
Okay, so there's a Deathrite Shaman from Alex.
All right, so he's going to have some mana to work with. So whatever control cards he's kept in his hand, he's going to be able to cast them on the turn that Jarrett decides to go off.
Okay, so
What Jarrett's linchpin is right now
Is
is
what?
that he has counter magic and he has a sneak attack, but he doesn't really have extra mana to work with. You know, he would really like to have something like a Ancient Tomb or a Lotus Petal or something
Okay.
that, you know, so he can pay for stuff when he goes off.
yeah, so Jarrett decides to crack that fetch land. He didn't want to draw that Grizzlebrand or the
Yeah.
Volcanic Island. I
Ember
believe
Pool's
will
going to
do.
be enough.
Yeah. All right, so he gets a second island. Again, he actually is playing around the Wastelands.
Very heads up.
Yeah, because he could have easily had Volcanic, but again, he knows Alex has 3 copies of Wasteland.
All right.
Yeah. Now remember, Jared also has to be careful because Alex has 1 copy of Caracas in his deck.
Right, so if he goes for the show and tell line of victory,
Yeah.
he can get him trouble. He draws a 1 of misdirection for the
Okay.
turn.
He does draw Misdirection, and he also has Mountain in hand. So
Right.
he's probably going to play Mountain here.
He can end step Intuition if he just wants to leave up 3 lands.
Yeah, I mean, Alex just has no pressure at all, so.
Yeah, misdirection does act as a force of will in this situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
He can force any of Alex's counterspells to target the misdirection.
Yeah. So Alex does have a Stoneforge Mystic. I wouldn't be too surprised seeing a Stoneforge Mystic coming down. At least that will put a clock on Jared. Because now Alex only has the Deathrite Shaman and that Creeping Tar Pit, but he doesn't want to spend his mana just to deal 3 damage. So that Stoneforge Mystic does come down.
Yeah.
Probably going to fetch up a Batterskull here.
It looks like Alex has a force of will in hand. I'm not positive he has the blue card to go with it yet.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Jared's going to let this resolve. He doesn't really care about a Stoneforge Mystic, you know?
No, Stoneforge Mystic doesn't matter too much. Alex does not have a main deck Feast and Famine, does he?
He does not. He goes against Umezawa's Jitte instead of the Batterskull.
Okay.
His options are Umezawa's Jitte or Batterskull.
Right. So one worry from Jared is that once Alex gets to 5 mana, which he's 1 off of, he can hard cast Force of Wills. Otherwise, there's still really no clock on Jared.
Exactly. I mean, the Jitte, if it comes down and gets equipped, it will start, doing something.
Yeah. So does Alex have any control cards here?
I see a Source of Plowshare, I see a Force of Will, I see a Jitte, and another land.
I don't know if that last card is blue. That's pretty important.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But it's actually not that important because Jared has the Misdirection.
Yes. So Intuition here. I'm wondering if Jared's going to go get like Ancient Tomb almost, or something.
Because
It's
he doesn't have
double red.
the double red, exactly. So
all right.
I think he's probably just going to get Show and Tell here and just hope Alex does not have the Caracas.
Yeah. Now, he could. The question is would he? Then he loses to Caracas if he goes for that, right?
I mean, he doesn't
Why-
necessarily lose to it, but
Well, it's really bad. Why risk it?
oh, I know
you
what he's going to do. He's going to go Show and Tell. He's going to Intuition for Show and Tell. Get Show and Tell, Show and Tell, Show and
And
Tell.
show and tell the sneak attack. into
Exactly.
play.
Hope to draw a land, and then go Show and Tell, Sneak Attack, attack with Emrakul, make Alex lose everything, and then Alex is back to square
Well,
one.
if Alex has the Caracas off the show and tell, remember that still.
Oh, yeah,
works.
that is true. All right, so Alex just goes for the Force of Will here.
Yeah, there was a removed. It looks like True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, I'm
Was
actually not
removed
sure
there.
what Jared's going to do. Jared definitely knows his deck way better than probably most
You mean
of
whether or
us.
not he wants to misdirect right now?
Yeah, or just if he wants his intuition to resolve or
I
not.
mean, all he has to get is a land here. It's pretty tempting for him to just, when he has a brainstorm in
Yeah.
hand, it's pretty tempting for him to be like, yeah, that's
whatever.
fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to waste any cards right now.
yeah, it's close. I mean, Jared probably has a plan. So whatever his plan is, he's probably going to stick
Yeah,
to
he's
it.
going to pitch the brainstorm to the misdirection. So now
Yeah.
Force of will counter misdirection.
Exactly.
Instead of.
It's pretty a weird
Intuition.
interaction the way it works.
Yeah, remember, you can't make it counter itself. You have to make it counter something else. But you can make it counter the misdirection. so-
Exactly.
And it does not succeed in countering the misdirection. That's the best
Correct.
part.
Yep. So intuition is now resolving.
It looks like he's going for Ancient
You might be
Tombs.
right. Yeah. So Ancient Tomb.
Oh, sneak attack.
No, he already
hasn't
has a
really
sneak
decided what
yeah.
he's going for, has he?
It seemed like Jared had a plan, but now that he picked up his deck, it seemed like maybe his plan might change. It does look like a bunch of Ancient Tombs, though.
Yeah, okay. I'm still wondering whether or not this was better than just letting the force it will happen.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Well, anyway, he gets
I'm going to
Ancient
trust
Tomb.
Jared on.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
made the finals of a GP, and he hasn't lost today. Who am I to
Yeah.
question? Yeah, 3. So this is going to let him cast the sneak attack this turn. He won't be able to activate it because he has the wrong color mana.
Yeah, he'll be able to have Sneak Attack with Spell Pierce backup. I'm not sure how important the Spell Pierce backup is. So we'll see what Jared's plan is.
Alex has only 2 mana up. The spell pierce backup's huge.
Sure, but it gets around what though? Like it doesn't get around a Force of Will, right?
So he did draw the fetch land there. He's
Yeah, he
gonna
did.
Go for sneak
attack. Maybe he wants the Spell Pierce does stop a Vindicate right now.
Does Alex play a Vindicate?
Yeah, he plays 1 copy of Vindicate. But if Alex has
won't
another
stop
land,
If Alex has land Vindicate.
yeah. So pretty interesting here. Jared does have the Emrakul in hand, which will pretty much be lights out for Alex. I don't think he'll be able to come back if he loses all his permanents. All right, so
Yeah, the thing is, Caracas doesn't save you from sneak attack Emrakul.
because as long as Jared has another red mana.
Yeah, because if you attack, it's going to annihilate. If you bounce it before the attack, you can just put it right back into play.
Exactly. All right, so Alex will draw.
He
Best
kinda
card is
needs to-
Vindicate. It's a Jace.
Jace
Jace
isn't-
is no, it's not good here. And plus,
Yeah.
Jared has a Spell Pierce.
Yeah, so it doesn't even resolve.
Yeah, so there's a
Fifth
Flood of
land?
Strands.
He has Jite, Jace,
Jite,
Question,
Jace.
and I think Swords.
Yeah, and still the Swords to Plowshare. So Flood of Strands will get cracked here. Alex is thinking about going on the 16. Well, maybe not. He's trying to consider his options here. Regardless of what Alex does, he's in really, really bad shape.
I mean, he's going to get Emrakul.
Yeah. And here comes a Jace. Jared is definitely going to Spell Pierce this. I'm pretty sure, right?
If he cares to. I mean, what the problem is if he doesn't, Jace can
He
find
doesn't.
a...
Okay.
No, I mean, okay, what can Jace find that Jared can't spell pierce?
That is
You know, maybe
well,
let
no,
him...
well, I guess if Alex already had a Thoughtseize,
Well, then
then
Jared can just spell pierce it, right? If he plays one. Then he can
yeah,
spell pierce the Thoughtseize.
yeah, yeah. Either way is fine here.
Yeah.
No. I guess Alex could actually find Thoughtseize, Force of Will, blue card.
All right. That's a line. That's true. No, he could.
Yeah,
You're right.
right?
You're right.
So, but I guess Jared doesn't know Alex's hand, so Jared might be playing around something else, like a Thoughtseize that he already has, right?
Right. If he already has a thought. I mean, I think it's much more likely to play around the Thoughtseize he has because Alex, this is the first opportunity he's really had, I think, to profitably cast that Jace.
And the other thing is, if Alex did have a Thoughtseize, he'd probably lead off with Thoughtseize when he has a lot of lands, so he can actually pay for the Spell Pierce. So
Yeah, just lead off. Yeah, you're right. Just lead off.
Yeah,
with
so I
Thoughtseize.
think after that conversation, I think Jared probably should have countered that Jace.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he
Ooh,
draws
another
another
Emrakul.
Yeah, you should put both of them into play, right? That's really good. Then you can annihilate him for, you can do 30.
All right, so here comes an Emrakul.
Activate Sneak Attack is going to put Emrakul into play. Yep,
And-
that's going to work. Alex does have a land and a Brainstorm
Yep.
available, but
and,
I don't know
and
what
a
he would find.
Swords. Yeah, and here it comes. Annihilate for 6.
Alex does have 7 permanents.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is probably game over for Alex, especially the fact that Jared has another
Yeah, he has the
Emrakul in
follow-up
here. Yeah,
Emrakul.
so there's not much Alex could do here other than scoop up all his permanents. Let's see. Alex is going to take it. He's going to go to 2. He's going to go to 1 with a Flood of Strands. I'm curious.
Is he going to Brainstorm here, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, what's a Brainstorm really going to do? Like, I mean, looking at his deck list,
Yeah.
I mean, essentially thinking,
I don't know what
yeah,
he finds.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know if there is something for him to find.
Thinking about the Legacy format in general, there's pretty much almost no way for Alex to get out of this because Jared has a second Emrakul.
Yes.
If Jared didn't have a second Emrakul,
The main deck Pithing Needle that he's not playing.
exactly. All right, so Jared shuffles up. Alex will cast a Brainstorm. Oh, it looks like
Yeah, Emrakul's going to... Okay, Emrakul is attacking Jace here. Well, that means that Alex is just going to sacrifice the Jace, right?
yeah, that's kind of interesting. Why would he go after Jace? This is really interesting. Are we sure that Emrakul is attacking Jace? This doesn't
Yeah,
make...
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Emrakul
yeah.
is attacking Jace.
We're going to get confirmation on that because that doesn't make that much sense here. It's confirmed. Why would he be attacking Jace here?
I
What's
don't think it really matters, but yeah, I don't know why he would make that play.
Yeah, I mean, Jared just has a win if he attacks Alex, right? If you guys know, tweet at us because
Yeah, we're probably just
the-
missing something here.
yeah, to me it doesn't really make sense.
So he's gonna sack down to everything but Deathrite Shaman. Fine choice.
Yeah. Okay.
And Emrakul goes away. The shuffles back up.
All right, and Alex is down to still 16 because again, it's like tough for me to grasp why you wouldn't want Alex to be down to 1 life here. Did anyone say
No one
anything?
has anything yet. Nope.
No one has anything.
All right.
Okay. Interesting play from Jared.
I mean, he's still probably fine.
Yeah, for sure, but it's still
Yeah. You want to make the best possible play all the time. And
yeah.
There's
So
some questions.
His hand is Emrakul and Spell
I
Pierce.
mean, there's a lot of things. Alex can't crack a fetch land.
Alex
all right.
draws, plays Underground Sea.
I mean, what if like Alex?
He has
Thought
pest-
set- what if he thought
what did
seized right
Jared
there?
draw here? Jared draws a misdirection.
It's
I mean,
fine.
I feel like Alex could actually win this game here now.
yeah,
like
it's possible.
possible.
All right, he's gonna shock Jarrett down to 11, lose his
Yeah.
board, go to 1.
He just would have been dead, right?
Yeah, maybe Jarrett had the life totals wrong. If he thought Alex was at 15, that play makes sense.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Well, I don't know.
Well, Alex has no permanence. Okay,
But-
you know.
But now he has a chance.
Yes.
I'd rather have my opponent dead than to try to win with
I
my opponent
agree.
having no permanence. So
Mhm.
we'll see. Alex will draw for the turn. He is on 1. There's a wasteland.
All right, and 1 land in play.
So Jarrett will go down to 10. He'll crack his Scalding Tarn.
Tell you, I don't actually. Oh no, it doesn't. He's just looking for 1 card, so
Oh, we
there's,
got a
there's
new
no
tweet.
value to the fetch land.
Maybe this person knows why did Jarrett make that play.
No, that wasn't making sense. We were gonna say you thought it would wipe the board, something Jace stick around, but Alex just sacked the Jace
Yeah, he
to the
just sacked-
Annihilator
yeah,
trigger.
exactly, yeah.
So Alex still got to keep the Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah. All right. So Jared's shuffling his deck here. Alex will give it a cut. Alex is on 1 life here.
All right,
Jared draws for the turn.
it's Chitaxin Probe. He'll probably pay for that.
Yeah. No need to go down to 8 life here.
All
Let's
right.
see Alex's hand.
Swords, True Name Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Nothing
Maybe
for
Alex
a
could
long
run off
time.
like Tundra.
And there you go,
there's
Emrakul.
Emrakul.
All right,
All
and
right,
boom.
and that's it. So Jared took a little more work than needed, but
Still in
regardless,
command.
Yeah.
And he takes game 1 game away from the finals. As we said, it was really important for Jared's victory that he get game 1. He was on the play, and we feel like this game matchup gets significantly worse after board for him.
Exactly. All right. So this is the finals. This has been a long weekend. We probably did about 30 hours of commentary.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Magic this weekend. For
It's
those
been
of you who've
fun.
been with us the whole time,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
And you guys
been a pleasure to cover the matches.
win a prize. I don't know what the prize is, but you do. Trust us. Yeah. All right.
You get to be part of the club.
Yeah, you do. Breakfast Club, Magic
right.
Club. All right. So what's the trivia question right here?
So our last trivia question, we
For
are
1
looking
year premium.
For 1 year premium, we are looking for the name of a current SCG writer.
He writes for the premium side.
Right to the premium side. He's
He
also
does.
a
He's a
Magic
good
Pro, and he's been responsible, you could say, recently.
Or even before this, for these.
First of all, a while ago, he was responsible for killing Standard with Cawblade.
Cawblade,
but
yeah.
recently for breaking Moto.
Yeah, essentially killing Magic Online. This SCG premium writer is responsible for killing Magic Online. Who is it? And you could tweet at him as well if you want and thank
Right.
him, or get upset if you really love the premiere events. Regardless,
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't
he's
do that.
in honesty, it's helping to improve Magic Online.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully Magic Online comes back with a lot of improvements. But who is this SCG premium writer?
All right, so send us that
He's
tweet.
a friend of yours too.
He is a friend.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Hashtag SCG Premium. You'll be eligible for 1 year of premium content.
Yeah, 1 year premium. Yeah, I read his
right.
articles.
I do too.
Yeah,
I
like
think-
it.
I think a lot of very good players do.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
appreciate what he has to
definitely.
do, especially
Exactly.
with deck building.
Yeah, Exactly. Yeah, especially if you like Knight of the Reliquary. That's
If
a
you
hint
like
right there.
Forest.
All right, so let's go back to the match at hand. Alex is down a game. Jared is up a game. They are going to go to sideboarding here. Alex is definitely going to bring in a couple of cards. He's going to bring in the Flusterstorm. He's going to bring in the Meddling Mage. He's going to bring in the Surgical Extractions. He's going to bring in the Spell Pierces, Thoughtseize, and Vidalian
All right,
Click.
so
he has a lot to bring in.
That was a huge mouthful. Okay, let's see how many cards is that. So you have 2 Vendilion Click. That's 2. We have a Flusterstorm. That's 3. We have a Meddling Mage. That's 4.
Surgical Extractions.
All 3?
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right, 5, 6, 7. Spell Pierce, both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
8, 9. Thoughtseize. That's 10 of the board
You
cards.
counted the Vidalian Click too, right? The 2 Vidalian Clicks or no?
Oh, no, wait, 2 Vendilion Clicks. Hold on. 11, 12.
So the only cards he's not bringing in are Path to Exile.
Wait, it's just 11. I overcounted.
It's only 11?
Yeah.
1 Path to Exile, 2 Zealous Persecutions, 2 Supreme Verdicts is 10.
No, it was 10. No, we already counted
Okay,
the Vendilion.
all right, so-
Still a 10 cards out of his sideboard.
And he's most likely going to cut the 4 Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, he had 2 that game. They were not very good.
Yeah, pretty much did nothing. I feel like he's going to get rid of the Stoneforge package. It doesn't really do that much.
Well, I think he needs a way to win. The question is whether he wants to have the Stoneforge package or the True Name Nemesis package. I almost am in favor of Stoneforge just because
Really?
it costs 1 less.
Yeah, but the True Name Nemesis is a blue card, so he could actually discard a
True Name Nemesis
for Force of Will.
is better for the Force of Will side.
Yeah.
That's true. Because of how these games play out where Alex wants to stick a quick threat and then sit up with his counter magic, I think the mana cost is more important, but I think both are pretty defensible plays. We'll see which line he takes. I doubt he keeps all 8.
I'm pretty sure he's going to cut the Stoneforge package
All right.
because if he does that, he goes -4 Stoneforge Mystic, -4 Swords to Plowshare, and -2 equipment. So that's exactly 10. 4, 4, 2. And now he's bringing in those 10 sideboard cards.
Sure.
So
that definitely makes sense.
because what happens if he draws, say, just like a Batter Skull and not the Stoneforge Mystic to be able to bust it into play
drawing
earlier?
drawing those equipment naturally is very bad for him.
Exactly. So Stoneforge Mystic in the Sneak and Show matchup, you probably don't want that. He does have a lot of good sideboard cards, though, so it's going to be definitely more difficult for Jared to actually resolve what he wants to resolve and, win the game.
It's like ideally in this matchup, Alex would like his win cons to be very, like Deathrite Shaman shocking and like Snapcaster flashing back Thought Seizes and then beating him up with Snapcasters.
Yeah, or just get down an early Jace. But ideally, I think Alex wants to be on the play, and he could either lead off with a Thoughtseize, or he could just go turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, turn 2 True Name Nemesis, and then from turn 3, 4, 5, and 6, just have all Disruption and all counter spells. Remember, he also has access to Surgical Extraction, so Extraction is pretty nice. Extraction is a good way to kind of interrupt intuition, and with the Thoughtseize, he's able to Thoughtseize something important away, extract it, and now Jared's combo could be destroyed.
Right.
On the other hand, Jared has some nice sideboard cards as well. If you see on
Alright.
board, Jared has 2 Blood Moons. Jared has 2 Swan Songs. Jared has a Red Elemental Blast. Jared also has a Pyroclasm. All right, so if Jared could board one way, he could board another way. Regardless, it's going to definitely be a close matchup. I still think since Jared is up a game, he's going to take this down.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might get one of the two. Maybe he's an underdog in each match individually, but if you take them together, I would say Jared stands a good chance here.
Exactly. So both players with their opening 7, they're going to take a look right here.
Yeah. And
Let's
I
see.
do like how True Name Nemesis, you may think of it like an invisible stalker, but it's pro Pyroclasm too, which is
Exactly.
really interesting.
Yeah. All right. So Jarrett looks to have. Is this a one-lander? He has a Lotus Petal, I believe, Ancient Tomb, Ponder, Probe, Pyroclasm, Forceful. I think he's got a mulligan this, yeah, and he does.
All right.
So Alex keeps. Jared takes a mulligan.
Okay.
So this could be the last game of this tournament.
Remember, neither of these players has lost a match all day. Both of them have 9 wins, 2 draws. They met in round 8 as the only 2 undefeated players where they ID'd and then ID'd again into
Exactly.
the top 8.
Yeah, 902, 902. As you can see, Reed Duke in the background with his Star City Game shirt and his new Batman iPhone case. I actually
Oh man,
gave it to him.
which someone very graciously gave to him today.
Yeah, I gave it to him. He was really happy, immediately put it on, and now Reed Duke is officially the Batman of Magic the Gathering.
All right.
All right. Jarrett's doing a bit more shuffling. Alex will cut his deck. All right. So Jarrett's getting excited about his mulligan. He's like, yeah, I told you I could mulligan. You know?
All right, he's on to 6. See if he gets a keepable one here. We see Brainstorm, Show and Tell, Misty Rainforest Island. That's already enough for me.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he's
good.
keeping.
All right.
And we'll get to see the whole thing up close now. Thoughtseize comes from Bertoncini. It is Show and Tell, Brainstorm, Jataxian Probe, Fetchland Island. That is pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't know what Alex has in his hand, but in the dark, I would say taking
Brainstorm.
a Brainstorm is pretty nice. taking a show and tell could be good as well, but I always like leaning towards taking the brainstorm.
Well, if Alex has a follow-up targeted discard spell, I think there's a case for taking show and tell. If he can get both of them.
Okay,
And he's going to go ahead and just take a show and tell here.
sure. All right, so Jared draws another brainstorm now.
Yeah, how fun would that have been if he'd have taken the brainstorm and then Jared goes, turn one, brainstorm. And you're just like, hey, that wasn't there before.
All right, so Alex draws for his turn.
Yeah,
plays
actually, the
Tundra.
follow-up discard won't even hit the show and tell because he can hide it
Because
with
he has
brainstorm.
brainstorm. Yeah, and now Jared just do a Flusterstorm, which is pretty good.
He's
And
gonna brainstorm here. I don't even know if he has that many bad cards to get rid of.
Grizzlebrand.
Yep, Gristlebrand,
Emrakul.
Emrakul. Okay, Emrakul. Well, too
Emrakul.
much. I
Yeah.
liked the first one. The third one, he did just draw 37 mana worth of cards.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
think he really needs the Emrakuls here. I think just with the Grizzlebrand, it might be enough.
Yeah, Gristlebrand is the better card in this matchup. It can't be Jace bounced. It can't be Karakas bounced. Well, it can be Karakas bounced, but the
you
damage
can
is
draw-
done.
yeah,
He just
exactly.
draws 100 cards.
Yeah.
More like 7, but 7's close to 100.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Jared's going to shuffle those cards away, possibly with the Misty Rainforest right now. Instead, he passes the turn. Alex sitting on 2 lands. Looks like he's got a 3rd land in hand in the form of a Marsh Flats. So he has Marsh Flats, Tundra, and Underground Sea. And I think he passed the turn. Jared does sack that Misty Rainforest. Probably just going to get a basic island. Still wants to play around those wastelands, remember?
Mhm.
Alex has 3 copies of them.
Remember last game he did this as well. It did set him back a turn on the kill because he had the sneak attack and was unable to play and activate it in the same turn. But I do think having that wasteland invulnerability is probably worth the sacrifice of possible speed, especially in this hand where he's not even going for the sneak attack kill.
Okay. All right, so Jared will untap. He'll draw for his turn.
Yeah, remember when he decides to go off here, he has the sneak attack too. He gets to start with Jataxian Probe. He can have perfect information. I think he probes here to see whether or not he can just go straight for the show and tell.
Well, I don't know if he has
Oh, he doesn't
another
have a land.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem.
Well, maybe he hits the land off it, right?
Yeah, maybe he probably will.
All right.
You know, let's see. Force of Will, Wasteland.
Force of Will, 4 lands. That's got to be huge
Wow.
green light for Jared
Wow.
Boettcher. Oh, man.
This could be it.
So it looks like Alex kept 5 lands, thought sees Force, and drew running lands.
Yeah, I mean, maybe those lands that he had, maybe he had the Wasteland in his hand and thought he could try to win on the back of that. What does Jared draw? Oh,
Ancient.
wow.
That's good here, right?
That
Is
is
good?
pretty
Oh,
good.
wow.
All
All
right.
right. And
There it is,
show and tell right away. And
Big
he just
Grizzlebrand.
throws Gristlebrand down. Alex brings a underground sea to show and tell. And this,
And Jared's just going
this
to pass
would
a
be-
turn
yeah.
here. Does Alex draw Karakas? It will help a bit, but not that much. Looks like he's going to Wasteland the Ancient Tombs.
I think he has to, but oh
Yeah,
man, this
I think Alex knows this is
the
end.
eyebrow raise right there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think Jared might be able to walk away with a trophy. Might
Yeah,
be a
after
lot of
being
people
denied
pulling for
last
him. We'll
week.
see. All right,
I would say
Wasteland on the
certainly
Ancient Tomb.
a lot of people are behind him right now.
Yeah, especially all the combo players out there. They love Sneak and Show. Jared's drawing a lot of cards here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I see
Well,
a
he
Lotus
now has a grip of counter
Yeah, he
spells.
does. Yeah. So now remember, Grizzlebrand is so good because it has lifelink.
Well, yeah, he just draws 7 every time he hits.
Yeah.
It's really fair. We
There's
see
a
a mountain.
mountain, a Lotus Petal. He doesn't have another threat quite yet, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he has Grizzlebrand. That's enough, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gristlebrand creates his own. He protects himself.
All right.
So we see 3 Force of Wills, a Spell Pierce, and some more mana sources in Jared's hand, completely making it all but impossible for Alex to answer the Gristlebrand.
Alex needs something here.
He just keeps drawing lands.
Oh, does he? Wow.
I don't know if he's drawn a spell yet.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's it.
That's
All right.
All right. And you have
Alex
it.
Concedes. Congratulations
You
to
see.
Jared. He looks, very happy here. An interesting play in game 1, but he kind of overcame that 1 game 1 and 1 game 2 as well.
Yeah, really.